everybody, and welcome to Teen Tuesday. This week we are making painted rock pumpkins, like this. To make a painted rock pumpkin, it's very easy. You only need a few things. A rock, black and orange paint, glow-in-the-dark paint, a paintbrush, and optionally a pencil if you'd like to draw your design on the rock before you start painting. Let's try it. Okay, so before we start painting the rock, we need to make a decision about how much of the rock is going to be our pumpkin. First option is we paint the entire thing orange, so the whole rock is our pumpkin, and we add the jack-o'-lantern face on top of it. The other option is to paint the whole rock black, and then add our pumpkin on top in just part of the rock with our jack-o'-lantern face, or leave the rock unpainted and just draw and paint the pumpkin and the jack-o'-lantern on the front, leaving the rest of the rock untouched. What do you think you're going to do? I'm going to paint the whole thing orange and make the entire rock my pumpkin. All right, so let's get started painting. It's going to take more than one coat to very solidly color this rock. So paint on some orange and then come back again in a little while and add another second, possibly 3 coats of paint to really cover this rock well. So now that the orange paint is dry, I can think about adding the jack-o'-lantern face to my rock pumpkin. So using either a black marker or a pencil, you can draw a rough outline of what you want your jack-o'-lantern face to look at, and then fill it in with black paint. So my jack-o'-lantern is now painted and dry, and I'm very happy with it. I only needed 1 coat of black on the face to make it pop out really easily. So now is when we get to add the glow-in-the-dark paint. So just as a test to see what would happen, I put glow-in-the-dark paint on black and on orange. And you can see the results now. It shows up exactly the same on either background. So you can decide whether you want to paint the glow-in-the-dark on the orange or the glow-in-the-dark on the black. You can see it slightly on the black more than you can see it on the orange, but that's just because it shows up as sort of glossy. Whereas the black shows up just matte finished. I don't know if you guys can see that very well on this camera. I think you can see it now there. But it doesn't really show on the orange much at all, other than just being slightly glossy. So where are you going to put your glow in the dark? Are you going to make it so that the face is illuminated? Or are you going to make it so that the pumpkin is illuminated when the lights turn out? You get to make that choice for yourself. Let's get started painting. Glow in the dark. I'm going to put mine inside of my jack-o'-lantern face. And you are going to paint multiple layers of the glow in the dark. The more paint you put on, the more it's going to show up in the dark. So that's 2 layers dry of the glow-in-the-dark paint. I'm going to go and test it and see whether or not I need to add another layer. All right, so here's the results. I think I'm happy with that, and I'm done. So I tested my pumpkin in the dark, and I like the way it glows. So I'm finished with painting my rock pumpkin. If you're going to be placing your pumpkin outdoors, especially if it's going to be in a place where it's going to get wet, I highly recommend painting it with some kind of sealant to protect it from the weather. Otherwise, enjoy your little jack-o'-lantern rock.